Zoro's real-life pirate inspiration is a monster. We're back, and it's the Straw Hats, and it's the Blackbeards. It's the final battle, and all of them are getting 1v1s. Hey y'all, Gold Boy here, and we're continuing with the Straw Hat Blackbeard matchups. And as requested, we're going to follow up with Zoro now. And I had a lot of fun researching Zoro's real-life pirate counterpart because there's such a fantastic story, and you can actually tell that Oda based Zoro's character off of this man's demonic feats in real life. This is a topic that inspired me to become a YouTuber, so please let me know your thoughts on each video by leaving a comment, and I appreciate my subscribers. In case you missed it, last time I gave my theory of Sanji versus Avalo Pizarro, so check out that vid in the card in the top right corner of the screen. And following the same format, I'm going to give a brief overview of each character, including notable feats and some real-life pirate history. Then I'll move on to some power speculation, and you know I gotta put on my tinfoil hat, so you're gonna enjoy that. And then finally I end with why I matched these two up today, and how I visualized the battle. But if we're ready, let's get started with today's matchup. So up first. Years ago, Roro no Zoro grew up in the Shimotsuki village in the East Blue, and he fell in love with swordsmanship from a young age. His friend and rival Kuina, a swordswoman, always bested him, and she pushed him to be the best. He became a master of Santoryu, the three-sword style, and then he went out into the world. After growing up, he made a name for himself as a notorious pirate hunter. After he was caught by the Navy, a certain Monkey D. Luffy rescued him and brought him onto the crew as a combatant, and since then, Zoro has been integral to the crew, serving, unofficially, as the second in command and fighting off strong foes. Notable events include challenging Mihawk, the world's greatest swordsman and a warlord, to a duel, and living to tell the tale, although I can't imagine that he likes to think about that particular fight often. Defeating the sword god Ryuma in Thriller Bark, who might be his great-grandpa maybe? Just to come face-to-face with another warlord, Kuma, soon after. Luckily, nothing happened there, and Kuma mysteriously just let the crew go for no reason. He trained under his goal, Mihawk, and he continued to impress the One Piece fan community time and time again, especially now in Wano, where he's acquired the great grade sword of Enma, and he managed to scar the Emperor Kaido. Feats aside, Zoro has the lofty goal of becoming the world's greatest swordsman, and he swore to Kuina that he would do it. And then finally, a really cool fact that I read about Zoro is that he's inspired by the real-life French pirate Francois L'Olonois. It's from the 1660s. L'Olonois, think Roronoa, L'Olonois. The R's and the L's are the same character in Japanese. So after being ambushed by the Spanish soldiers in the Caribbean, L'Olonois narrowly escaped with his own life and a very few crew members. Pushing forward, they went on to the island of Tortuga, and then they occupied the town, demanding ransom from the Spanish. The governor of Havana sent a ship up to kill L'Olonois and his crew, but unfortunately for them, L'Olonois captured and beheaded the entire raiding crew. Well, actually, that's not true. He didn't behead all of them. He left one man alive to deliver a message back to Havana: "I shall never henceforth give quarter to any Spaniard whatsoever." Nicknamed the Bane of Spain, L'Olonois pillaged even more towns off the eastern coast of Honduras in 1667, and the Spaniards apparently didn't get the message because they sent another ship after the French pirate. And they actually heard him too, and close to death, L'Olonois captured two of the Spanish soldiers, and then he hopped ship and fled. And it's written that he drew his cutlass and cut open the breast of one of those poor Spanish, and pulling out his heart with his sacrilegious hands, began to bite and gnaw it with his teeth like a ravenous wolf, saying to the rest, "I will serve you all alike if you show me not another way." So Zoro's inspiration is just metal, super demonic. Even when he was on his last legs, he captured two of his captors and then cut his chest open and bit into his heart like an apple. Like, you could tell that Oda drew the inspiration for the demonic Zoro here. Perhaps some other less cannibalistic inspiration for Zoro? The fictional character, Zoro, with two R's. and he was written in 1919, portrayed as a masked Spaniard swordsman who protected commoners of California against a corrupt government, and he would sign his work by quickly carving a Z into the chest of his vanquished foes. Either way, our Zoro is wildly popular, and he's sure to perform well in this exciting battle. Now, I think as far as power is concerned, Zoro's going to be a tank, obviously. He already is. I'm excited to see if he can get maybe a new custom blade made for him in Wano, and then he could develop that one to a black blade, although that's probably not going to happen. The idea that he gets all 3 Katetsu blades is also popular, and I don't think Zoro's going to be eating a devil fruit, but I would love if Zoro fed a blade a devil fruit ability. And if we want to dream, which we do, it would be very interesting to give his blade the mythical tiger zone, because Zoro is depicted as a tiger. And now that we know that Yamato is not the mythical white tiger that everyone thought she would be, how cool would it be if Zoro had the mythical white tiger in one of his swords? Especially because the legend of the 4 guardian deities, like Seiryu, the blue dragon that Kaido has, the fact that Kaido has this Seiryu fruit, not just any dragon, but Seiryu, means that the other 3 guardians should probably be in the story as well. I'll be making more videos about them, I'm sure. Byaku is the name of the white tiger, and the white tiger is said to be on equal footing and is a rival of Seiryu. Furthermore, Byaku is associated with the color of metal gray and the season of autumn, which is relevant because Zoro is a swordsman, metal, and he prefers the fall season on a fall island, according to an SBS where Oda was asked what sort of season on which kind of island each Straw Hat prefers for their ideal weather. And this would just hype me up. If Zoro got a mythical fruit for a sword, that would be super cool. But all of that fun stuff aside, I think Zoro's haki will be top tier. He's going to control his Conqueror's haki even better. I'm impressed with his Conqueror's Ashura, however, he's still new to Conqueror's coding. By the end, Zoro should be able to control his haki outside of a final attack, like kind of what he's doing with King right now. And if he consistently can use the Conqueror's attacks, he's going to be so dangerous. And more importantly, for his opponent, I think Zoro's going to need to work on his observation haki too, maybe even future sight, to survive against his tough opponent. So, that's all I have for Zoro. But Luffy's first mate should probably fight Blackbeard's first mate, right? So that's Burgess. Psych, bozo, you are not fighting Zoro. The swordsman and the right hand gets to fight Zoro. And I'm talking, of course, of Shiryu of the Rain. Not much is known about his origin, but Shiryu is known to be from the Grand Line. He's the ex-warden of the legendary prison, Impel Down, and it said he kept a tight control over the prison, and he killed many prisoners just on a whim. Eventually, his brutality towards prisoners ironically landed him in a cell on the 6th floor, the most dangerous level of Impel Down. His strength rivals Warden Magellan, who is evidently a beast, so it makes sense that Blackbeard would want to recruit him. I mean, look at this dude. He's always got the smoke on him, damn. His exploits with the Blackbeard Pirates brought him to Whitebeard at Marineford, where he helped defeat the world's strongest man. Then later on, he became one of the Titanic captains of Blackbeard's fleet, and he killed Absalom to take that clear fruit. So this guy was already dangerous, but now he's dangerous and invisible. His explicit dreams are unknown, but one has to assume that involves his apparent lust for killing. He told Blackbeard that he was waiting for a man like him to set him free, so I'm sure that our invisible jailer friend will commit some nefarious acts before the emphysema from his smoking addiction eventually and ultimately defeats him. It's strange to think of an invisible character that smokes and has beef with Zoro, because if you think about it, Sanji already does that. Is invisible, smokes, beefs with Zoro. Also, the fact that the fact that King coated his foot in fire and gave a Diablo Jambe type kick is funny to me. Like, Zoro's final opponents all along have always been just Sanji. But for a fun fact about Shiryu, while he keeps his heaters lit constantly, he likes to keep his grill real low, as his favorite food is extra rare beef. I couldn't find any pirates in real life named Shiryu, so I just had to do a fun fact for him. For his battle abilities, he wields a great sword, and if we want to get crazy, which I always do, then I'm going to speculate that he's also going to feed devil fruits. And it makes sense because the entire time since Marineford, Blackbeard's been collecting devil fruits for the crew. I remember everybody wanted Shiryu to get Jozu's diamond fruit. But what if Blackbeard has a way to feed those non-zone type fruits to weapons, and Shiryu can get a diamond sword? That would be elite. And I also think that he's going to awaken his clear fruits, and what if that can make him not only invisible, but even intangible? I'm sure Shiryu will have good hockey, but I can't see him with Conqueror's hockey as of right now. But maybe. And finally, one last crazy thought. I don't believe it will happen. In fact, I'm almost positive it won't. But what if Zoro pulls up and he senses Shiryu there, and he says, "You can come on out now. If you're a real swordsman, you'll fight me like a man." So then Shiryu becomes visible, and you see he's wielding Mihawk's sword. He's not going to kill Mihawk and take his sword, but I would love the drama that could have added to the fights. So why did I pick these two? I mean, I think this matchup just kind of makes sense. Shiryu's like Blackbeard's right-hand man. We saw that color spread where we had all of the right hands from all of the captains, the Yonko, and everybody like that. He's a legendary swordsman, and he's too dangerous to be given to anyone but Zoro. I know the idea has existed for a long time, but I recently saw a tweet I saw it by Tilted Eddie on Twitter, and this compiled and organized the theory that Shiryu is from Wano, and furthermore is a Kurozumi. Basically, in Wano, there are different regions with different climates. That's why when you're in Wano, you could see it's snowing where Zoro's at, but Luffy appears to be in a desert. But with these climates, they're worked into the epitaphs. For example, Kiku is from Ringo, and Ringo's a snowy environment. Thus, the epitaph is Kikonojo of the fallen snow. Hyogoro is from the capital, which is known for the flowers, and his epitaph is Hyogoro of the flower. And if we inspect Orochi and his hometown from his flashback, we can see that it's raining very hard in the Kurozumi hometown. So this is further supported by Kanjuro as a Kurozumi because his epitaph is Kanjuro of the evening shower, rain. So because the Kurozumis are linked by epitaph and location to this one rainy region, I would think that Shiryu of the Rain might also be an indication that not only is Shiryu from Wano as a swordsman, but he might also be a Kurozumi specifically. And this is further supported by Shiryu's merciless prisoner policy. He calls it Kiri Sute Gomen. I'm not sure if I said that right, but in English it's the authorization to cut and leave, which is an old samurai expression. So if Shiryu is indeed from Wano, this could add another layer of backstory for Zoro and provide some great dialogue during their fights. But finally, what do I think this fight will even look like? I think it's going to be tricky with this clear fruit. Parts of the fight might look like Zoro swinging at nothing. He might even be swinging at nothing. But ultimately, I think he's going to pull through, either sensing his opponents or something like that. Similar to what he did versus Mr. One, Zoro started sensing rocks and swords and the energy that's in all things. And some fans want to see Zoro open up that scarred eye to reveal a Sharingan or something. I don't think that's gonna happen, but hey, if he did open a scarred eye to reveal Sharingan, that'd be dope to me. I'd like it. Shiryu likes to play dirty, which is gonna be disrespectful to a swordsman like Zoro. I wouldn't be surprised if this is a bloody battle. So I think Zoro's going to be getting slashed left and right until he finally can dig deep and find the invisible Shiryu and take him down with a mighty slice. So, that's the video. How did you like the video? Who's next? You decide. Let me know in the comments which Straw Hat you want to see next. I can make it happen. If you enjoy the fun and games that we have here, be sure to hit your boy with a subscribe, because you would be goated for that and I would appreciate it. But I'll see y'all next time. Remember, stay golden. Thanks for watching.